Hi, friends. Today's story, of course, is our favorite character, Dragon Boy. You want to know what he's been up to since we've all been at home with our families? Guess what Dragon Boy's been doing? He's been spending a lot of time with his mom and his dad. So today's story is about Dragon Boy going on a field trip with his mom and dad. So the teacher announced to the class, "Hey, class, tomorrow's field trip is on. Are you guys ready for the field trip?" Dragon Boy raised his hand and said, "Mrs. Ivory," that's the teacher's name. Where are we going?" And of course, Miss Ivory says, "Guess where we're going?" She says, "Where?" She says, "To the zoo." "The zoo? Washington, D.C. Zoo?" Of course, Dragon Boy is excited. He's so excited. He goes home, tells his parents, "We're going to the zoo." So, of course, his mom and his dad said, "Okay, we're going to pack a lunch." Guess what they put in a lunchbox? What's some things you like in your lunchbox? Peanut butter jelly. What else? Fruit, maybe. Maybe some crackers, peanut butter crackers. What else? Yogurt. Everybody likes yogurt, right? Some water. Of course, you need water. And don't forget, the most important thing, you have a sandwich, you have your fruit, yogurt, water. Oh, don't forget a napkin. So in case, you make a spill while you're eating, you can wipe it up. That's very important. So he puts all that inside his lunchbox. His fruit, his peanut butter and jelly sandwich, his water bottle can fit in there, his yogurt, and he even grabs some crackers. Put them in there. He zips it up. He's ready to go. And then when he gets to school the next morning, guess what? Everybody's excited. Everybody's there. They're like, "Yeah, we're going to the zoo." Some kids even had shirts on that says, "I can't wait to go to the zoo." And someone else had a shirt that said, "Smithsonian National Zoo." And everybody's been to the zoo in DC before, right? We all love that place, right? So when they get on the bus, and the bus takes them down the street, goes down a highway, up and down a hill. Finally, it goes into Rock Creek Park, and then turns into a parking spot. And then once it gets into the parking spot, everyone's excited. They're jumping up and down. He's sitting beside both of his parents, and they're happy to be with him. He's happy to be there. Then he holds one parent's hand and the other parent's hand, and they both follow the teacher, Mrs. Ivory. Miss Ivory says, "Okay, guys, what are we gonna go see first?" And everyone's like, someone raises her hand. Guess who it is? Goldilocks. Remember Goldilocks, our favorite friend? She raises her hand and she says, "I want to get on the merry-go-round." And one kid raises their hand. Guess who it is? Remember Princess Tiptoe? She's also there. She raises her hand. She's like, Mrs. Ivory, can we please go to the bathroom? I've got to pee." Miss Ivory says, "That's a good idea. Everybody, let's go to the bathroom." So they get to the bathroom. When they get there, another kid's like, "I want to eat a snack. I'm kind of hungry." So Miss Ivory says, "Hey, we're going to get on the merry-go-round first. And then we're going to check out, what would you check out at the zoo if you first get there? Maybe spiders, insects. I don't know. Whatever. You guys think about it. Think about what you would check out if you're at the zoo with Dragon Boy. Picture it. You're at the zoo with Dragon Boy, Miss Ivory, Princess Tiptoe, and everybody is there. Even Baby Bear's there. And they're all there. And we're like trying to figure out, where are we going to go see? Of course, the merry-go-round is very important. They get on the merry-go-round. They spin around a couple times. Then after they're done at the merry-go-round, they go and they check out the farm animals. Once they get out of the farm animal section, kids are already screaming, "Miss Ivory, I'm hot. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry." So, of course, Miss Ivory pulls everybody to the side. They all sit down and they all open up their lunch boxes. Dragon Boy looks over at Princess Tiptoe's lunchbox. She's got this huge lunchbox. Who's your favorite character? PJ Mask? Power Rangers? Whoever your favorite character is, just think and picture she has that lunchbox in her hand. So if it's strawberry shortcake, she has a strawberry shortcake lunchbox. If it's Superman, she has a Superman lunchbox. If it's Wonder Woman, she has a Wonder Woman lunchbox, and she opens it up and she sees pasta and she's like, "Hold up, I don't have a fork. Oh my God." Apparently her mom and dad forgot to put a fork inside her lunchbox. Oh no, what's the worst that could happen? So she raises her hand. She's like, "Miss Ivory." She's in tears because she doesn't think Miss Ivory has a fork. She's like, "I don't have a fork." So, of course, Dragon Boy quickly opens up his lunchbox, and guess what? He has utensils. He has napkins. He has everything. He quickly pulls out a fork and a spoon and a napkin, and he hands it to Princess Tiptoe. She says, "Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know what I would do if you weren't here." And Dragon Boy says, "Well, hey, that's what friends are for." And they're eating. They're so busy eating. Suddenly, they hear a kid screaming, "Ah! Ah! Help me! Help me!" So where they're eating, I remember where the waterfall is in the zoo. A kid somehow ended up over there by the waterfall, over the railing, and they're hanging, and they're getting ready to fall. Guess what Dragon Boy has to do? You know what he has to do. He has to rescue this poor little boy. So that's what he does. He does what he does best. He quickly puts the lunchbox down, quickly transforms himself into his dragon form, and he flies so high and so fast over the zoo people. No one even notices he's gone. His own parents don't even notice. You know, his dad is half dragon, half man. And he's also half dragon, half boy. And his dad doesn't even know that his son took off so fast. He flies so fast. He's almost like Flash. You see this quick color, and everybody's looking like, what? Huh? Everybody's busy eating their food while they're eating. Dragon Boy swoops in. He grabs the little kid that's hanging on the railing. Help me! Help me! He grabs him. Once he grabs him, he pulls him up, puts him over there, over the railing, hands him to his parents so quickly. The parents don't even notice it's a dragon because he's so fast. He's like that. It happened so fast. The little boy's like, wait a minute. Who picked me up? Wait a minute. What happened? Dragon Boy quickly gets back to his spot, sitting down with his family and his classmates. No one even notices he's gone. But you know who else? You know who notices, right? You remember Darth Vader's beautiful daughter, Princess Leia? She so happens to be on this trip. And she walks over. She's like, hey, I saw you. And she says, I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. And Dragon Ball says, shh, be quiet. Don't tell anyone what I did. He says, why not? He says, because we're in a public place. I don't want people knowing, or Miss Ivory doesn't know who I really am. And so Princess Leia says, well, we know. Baby Bear knows. I know. Snow White knows. Princess Tiptoe knows. We all know who you really are. He says, well, I don't want anyone else to know. I don't want to bring attention to anyone. So anyway, the little boy, he's jumping up and down. He's excited. He's like, his parents say, hey, no hanging over the railing anymore. And the police show up. All the cops show up. And everyone's questioning the little boy. What happened? How did he get back over? He doesn't even know how he got over the railing. So then Dragon Boy's dad turns around and looks at him, getting his look. Is like, did you step in and rescue that little boy? It's okay. You can tell me. Dragon Boy looks back. He's like, I did. I used my powers. His dad walks over to him and gives him a hug. And he says, that's what it's about. Your powers are about helping people. Thank you. His father says to Dragon Boy, he says, thank you so much for stepping in and helping that poor little boy. You did it so fast, I didn't even see you. So later on that night, Dragon Boy gets tucked into bed. His mom reads him a story. Guess what the story is? What's your favorite nighttime story? One of my favorite nighttime stories used to be Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So she reads him the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And he listens and he's like, was Goldilocks on that trip with us? His mom says, that's a good question. Was she? Dragon Boy goes back in his brain and he starts picturing everybody on the bus. He sees Princess Tiptoe. He sees Princess Leia. He sees Snow White. He even sees Cinderella. He sees Baby Bear and his parents. And he does not see Goldilocks at all. He's like, I wonder what happened to Goldilocks. So he makes a mental note. Tomorrow, I'm going to look for Goldilocks. So the next day, he goes to sleep, of course. Wake up, right? All right, Quinn's up. He wakes up, and guess what he decides to do? He decides, instead of going to school first, to go to Goldilocks' house. So when he gets to Goldilocks' house, guess what? He knocks on the door. Should you knock on the door when you show up at people's homes? Yes. Should you just walk in? No. Even if the door's open, always knock. Me, I always like to call people. Hello? Is it okay if I come over? Yeah, I need to drop this off. Okay. It's not okay? All right, we'll talk later. Bye-bye. But Dragon Boy doesn't call. He just decides to go over there. Something's telling him he needs to get over to Goldilocks' house. So when he gets to Goldilocks' house, guess what? You think anything's wrong? So he gets to Goldilocks' house, and guess what happened? She fell down the steps and she hurt her ankle. Her mom is there taking care of her. Sometimes accidents happen, right? Sometimes we fall, we have boo-boos. Sometimes we get up, like right now I have a boo-boo right here. My nail, it completely came off. Ouch! So when it came off, it ripped some of the skin off and everything. Anyway, it's really ugly to look at. So I had it wrapped up in this Elsa Band-Aid. I don't know if you can see that. It's Elsa and Anna Band-Aid. You can see parts of their head. But anyway, the point is, boo-boos happen all the time. People fall, people have accidents, and they hurt themselves. And so she had a boo-boo, and she hurt her leg. And she couldn't walk, so she was sitting, laying on her bed, and she had her leg propped up. Like, ugh, like that. Her leg was on a pillow like this. This is a pillow, and this is her leg. Leg was up there like that. So he walks in, he says, Goldie, what happened? And she says, I fell down the steps. I was rushing. I wanted to go to the zoo trip, and I was rushing, and there was a roller skate. How many people ever been roller skating before? You know, roller skates, cute shoes, and they have these little wheels on them, and it's cool, right? Because you get to like roll all over the place. You have roller skates, roller blades, pretty much the same thing. So anyway, roller skates are really cool. I used to have a pair as a child myself. But the thing about roller skates, you got to be careful with them. You got to put them away when you're not using them. It's important to put your toys away when you're not using them. So Goldilocks didn't put her toys away. She didn't put her roller skates away. She was wearing them, having a good time with her friends, and she forgot to put them away. And guess what happened? They were on the top of the stairs. So when she was rushing down the steps in the morning to get down the stairs, Goldilocks, it's time to get ready for the zoo trip. Okay, Mom. She's going down the steps and slides down the steps. But she fell. She tripped over the roller skates. So as a result, her leg now is hurting really bad. And now she has to stay off of her leg. So Dragon Boy came to see her, and she was really excited. She said, nobody checked on me. No one called me. It's like, well, no one knew what happened to you. I kept thinking, where was Goldilocks? Where was she? She wasn't sitting next to Baby Bear. She wasn't sitting next to Princess Leia or even Princess Tiptoe. I wanted to make sure you were okay. So she says, thank you, Dragon Boy, for checking on me. So Goldilocks' mom is really impressed with Dragon Boy. She says, you know what, Dragon Boy, why don't you stay for dinner? He says, okay, I will. I'll stay for dinner. And he says, well, I have to go to school first, but when I come back, I can come back for dinner. He says, okay, it's fine. Tell your parents they can come over for dinner too, anytime. So Dragon Boy and Goldilocks talk a little bit, and then Dragon Boy says, I got to get to school. I'm really late. Before you know it, Dragon Boy rushes back to school. He doesn't use his powers to fly to school. And as a result, he's really late for school. So when he gets into the classroom, Miss Ivory's looking at him. Dragon Boy, you are so late. I was calling your mom looking for you, wondering, that's not like you. You're always here on time. So, of course, Dragon Boy looks and he says, well, Mrs. Ivory, I'm so sorry for being late. I apologize. I lost track of time. I went to see our friend. She says, who? Well, Goldilocks. She hurt herself yesterday before the field trip. She got hurt with a roller skate was on top of her staircase, and she ended up falling and sliding, and I just went to check on her, and she invited me to dinner. So Mrs. Ivory says, oh, wow, I didn't even know this. No one even contacted me. Her mom didn't reach out to me. She said, you know what, class? We're not gonna do any work today. We are gonna focus on making cards for Goldilocks. So everyone says, yay! Everyone cheers. Everyone's like, yay! Dragon Boy, you're our hero! Yay! So Baby Bear looks up. He says, Goldilocks usually calls me and tells me these things. She didn't even call me. So Dragon Boy says, well, Goldilocks was pretty upset. And she looked very upset because she missed the zoo trip. So the kids all decide to do something wonderful for Goldilocks. Since she missed the zoo trip, they come up with a plan. They're going to bring the zoo to her. Isn't that awesome? Sometimes when we're not able to go places and do things that we want to do, guess what we can do? We can create our own environment. We can change it up, make it the way we want. So Instead of her going to the zoo, they're going to bring the zoo to her. No, it doesn't mean where they're going to go in the zoo and steal a monkey. We can't do that, can we? We'll get in big trouble trying to steal a monkey or even try to take a snake out of the zoo. That wouldn't happen. The cops will get you big time, big trouble. But what they're going to do is they're going to draw a monkey. So someone decides to draw a monkey. And then another person decides, hey, you know what? Let's mix some alligators and we'll make some spiders and some snakes and some bears, polar bears. Let's make a few and a lion. Rah! So they draw all these different pictures. They use this huge thing. It's called poster board. It's this huge long piece of paper, kind of like the paper we use at ALG to paint, only it's thicker and sturdier. So they use that and they make all these beautiful, beautiful pictures. They use oil pastels, they use markers, and then they prop it up. So that way when they walk into the room, they can like stand behind it, kind of like a big sign. And so Miss Ivory walks around and she looks at the panda bears they have. They have polar bears. They have regular bears, grizzly bears. Rah! They have a lion, a cheetah in there. Someone even threw a few chipmunks in there. Some cool seals are in there. Someone decided to do a long snake, longer than Buttercup. Someone even did a few frogs. Someone did some spiders. I mean, it was very beautiful. Everything was beautiful and elaborate and so creative. Miss Ivory says, this is beautiful. We need to take a picture. So she takes a few pictures of it and she says, okay, everybody, after school, we're all going to head over to Goldilocks' house. So she calls Goldilocks' mom to make sure it's okay. Then she calls everybody's mom and dad to make sure it's okay. The moms and dads says it's perfect. We all can meet you at Goldilocks' house. So they call Goldilocks' mom. Goldilocks' mom says, sure. She's going to be so surprised. I'm not going to say a word. So Goldilocks' mom is excited that the whole class is coming. Not just Dragon Boy, but the entire class is coming. And they're bringing all these beautiful cut-ups from the zoo. So when they show up, of course, Goldilocks is laying there. She's just sitting there coloring a page out of her coloring book and reading a story. And she's kind of crying to herself like, oh, I miss the animals. And her mom shouted to her up, hey, you know, the circus is coming to town in a few weeks. I can take you to the circus. And Goldilocks is like, it's not the same. I want to touch the, you know. And she says, when we go to the zoo, you can't touch the animals. She said, but, you know, I just like going. The zoo was one of my favorite places, Mommy. Yeah. So she's sitting there crying, having her pity party. You know how you have sometimes we get upset and we all cry, even me. I'm like, I want to go here. And I can't. But life happens. Sometimes, excuse me, you just can't do the things you want to do when you want to do it. But it's okay. You make the best. You get what you get, and everybody knows that. You get what you get, and you don't get upset. That's our favorite saying in aftercare. So the class arrives, and when they show up, the doorbell rings. Ding dong. Goldilocks has a little brother. I don't know his name yet, but he comes running down the steps. He's excited. He doesn't know who's there, but he's got this feeling that something's great's going to happen. They open the door. Dragon Boy's standing there. He's standing there with a big smile on his face, and he's got a sign that says, welcome to Goldilocks' zoo. And Goldilocks is like, what? I have my own zoo? And she's like, oh. She starts clapping. As soon as she sees the class, Miss Ivory walks in and says, Goldilocks, we present to you your own zoo. And she's like, what? You guys did this for me? Oh my God. And the whole class walks in. Princess Leia walks in along with Princess Tiptoe, Snow White, Baby Bear, all their friends all walk in and they are holding different animals. There's a tiger, there's a cheetah, there's a lion. There's also, there's no dragons, of course, because there's no dragons at the zoo. Some spiders, a few amphibians, there's some birds in there, monkeys, orangutans. You name every animal you can think of. Name all the animals you can think of. They pretty much had every single animal because it was like 30-something kids in Miss Ivory's class. 30 kids, so that's 30 different animals they're holding up. So Goldilocks sees all the animals coming into her living room, and she's just clapping the whole time, and they crowd all around her, and she's like, thank you guys so much. She's so happy. She goes and she gives Miss Ivory a hug. Miss Ivory hugs her back. Then she hugs Baby Bear. Baby Bear's like, thank you. Even though I didn't do anything, I just made a bear. I'm a bear. And then she says, whatever. Then she hugs Dragon Boy. Dragon Boy's like, thank you for the hug. She hugs every single person in the class, and they're all so happy for her, and she's happy for them. She's happy to see them. And the most important thing is that even though she couldn't go to the zoo, they brought the zoo to her. And that's something that we all can do. If you know you can't go somewhere, you can bring it to you, right? I can't go to the pool right now, but guess what? I can go swim in the bathtub, right? Until the pool's open, until I'm able to go. But anyway, that is the end of my story. This is over 20 minutes long. And Dragon Boy will be back again with another episode of Dragon Boy on Friday. Wonder what's going to happen. Will we have more field trips like this? Or should Dragon Boy do a cooking project at Princess Leia's house? Or with Snow White? You know who Snow White's dad is. King Magnus. So anyway, stay tuned for the next episode. I love you guys and I miss you. Bye.